Daily Double Podcast. We have a really, really special episode today. The DiDonato boys, my cousin Derek and my cousin Chris, our cousins, are on the podcast as we are going to rip the first rendition of a Saratoga Meet 2025 Jockey Fantasy Draft. Your first ever fantasy draft. How's it feel?
Oh, yeah. It feels good.
Boys, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Absolutely. So, wanted to get to know you guys a little bit before we dive in. My cousin Derek, I'm more affectionately known as Do, and we just rip Do on this podcast all the time, so we just have to get used to it.
Brutal. It's brutal. Every time I make a mistake.
Yeah. Dewey D, and in from Virginia, and my cousin Chris down in Florida, gets the Gulfstream action. Dewey D gets some Virginia live racing from time to time. Where are you at? Charlestown sometimes?
Yeah, we go to Charlestown a little bit. Paul and I used to go to Colonial Downs. We used to make a trip over there. They're still running in the summer a little bit. You know, wherever they're running, we'll play.
I love it. How about you, D? How's Gulfstream treating you this season?
Gulfstream's good. Still make it down there every other Saturday, probably. Can't wait for the Saratoga meet to start, though. Booked my ticket the other day.
Let's go. I can't wait. It wasn't the same last year without you.
We need Chris.
Okay, so I wanted to touch a little bit on you guys. And so I put together my thoughts on you three as handicappers. And I wanted you to react, to respond, and let me know if you think that it's spot on or I'm way off. Here's my take. In the family, which we have a large family and a lot of people that like to play the horses, I believe Chris DiDonato is the best looks player. I think he has the best eyes in the game. Dewey D, I think, is the best pure handicapper, just paper. You give him one night to handicap and play a ticket. I think he's the best pure handicapper in the family. And Dad, I think you're the best hybrid in that you're maybe not as good of a looks player as Chris and not as good of a handicapper as Dew, but you are just below both of them, and you're above average in both.
Sort of. And how about you? How would you describe yourself?
Oh, don't worry about me. What do you guys think about that? Then we'll go to me.
Well, I am definitely not a paper player. I'll give you that. I can spot things out, but yeah, those guys are definitely a class above on terms of the paper picks. I think I'm a one shot instinct. That's the one type of player. When I get too involved with the paper and start guessing, going after my first, lose track of how I play.
What do you think?
I would agree. Chris is a great looks player and definitely an instinct kind of player, where he's just waiting for that moment and then it's a feeling and he's going. I would say on the paper side, I'm good. I probably would give Paul the edge on the paper just because of the amount of races Paul's probably handicapping and playing. I'd say that he gets a great feel for what's going on at the track and what type of horses win in what type of situation. I think that's where he's really become probably the best paper player, I'd say, just because we both handicap it well, but he has he's playing so many races that he's so dialed in that, hey, these are the horses that are winning at this type of condition at this track. And he's able to spot those and say, include them and get good prices and win those. But I'd probably give him the edge on the paper. And I agree, Chris is pretty premier on the looks angle, and I'll probably put myself somewhere in between.
Yeah, but Chris had a real good season on the paper this spring. A few times he and I handicapped some pick sixes, and he come up with some great calls.
He is solid in pick six
sequence.
Came
up with some great singles and just missed a couple of huge tickets. You hit one for 16 grand, wasn't it 16 grand? Oh, that was a pick 5.
Yeah, no, we had a pick 5 for 12, and then I was a single to that Brad Cox horse for another 12 that he screwed me.
Yeah, that's right. But your paper handicapping was very good.
It was better. It was better this year.
It was definitely better.
So here's what we're thinking, boys. We were talking a little bit about how to determine the draft order, and we came up with something fun. What I have for you guys as our guests is a 10-question quiz on the history of Saratoga as it pertains to jockeys.
Oh my God.
You two, Chris, and Chris, you guys are on a team. A passing score of this test is 7 out of 10. Okay? If you
Can I
guys
get Paul?
7,
Can I get Paul on my team too?
You realize we both have full-time jobs.
if you get 7 out of 10, you two guys get first pick as to which position you want in our draft order 1 through 4. So take as much time as you need. If you have to phone, but if they don't get 7 out of 10, you and I get to pick our spots. So we kind of want them to fuck this up. But
remember, can we do the Paul used to quizzes on this when we were kids? I used to have a written exam on this when I was a kid.
Hey, dude, Jean-Luc Samine might be in one of the answers.
Jean-Luc. I love Jean-Luc.
Okay.
And Tyrone Carter.
Oh, don't bring that up, Paul. That's a sore subject.
Okay, so some of them are multiple choice, some are not. Once I hear a final answer, we can't change it. Here we go. Question number 1. Which jockey holds the record for the most wins at Saratoga in one single meet?
See, we think maybe JJ had that
I'm gonna go
1 year.
Just because of the volume. The guy rides so much. What do you think?
I think I read the logical. I can't remember those years that Pletcher won all those races.
I thought like 2 or 3 years ago he had.
Did he break the record?
Did he beat Cordero?
I think Rosario that 1 year had like a ton of winners.
I thought. Remember when Pletcher was winning all those races? Did Johnny V or Castellano maybe set the record one of those years or no?
Really recent. I think I read or. Maybe.
I think I read. It's a good guess. That's a logical guess.
Okay. Final answer?
Final answer.
I'm going Irad.
1 for 1.
I'm going.
The boys are 1 for 1.
All right.
Okay.
2 or 3 years ago.
Question number 2. In the year that Irad took down the record, how many wins did he have in that meet? I'm going to give you a multiple choice for this one. Did he have 58, 62, 68, or 76 wins?
Was it 76? I don't think it was 76.
No.
Would you say 56? What was the first one? 56?
58.
58.
62. 68.
62 sounds like a winner to me. But...
Yeah, 62 sounds familiar for some reason.
Final answer?
Yeah, we'll go final.
68 is the number. Irad Ortiz.
Wow.
68.
1 bullet. You guys got 1 bullet.
We're close.
Yeah, it was a good guess.
It was a good guess.
What would you have said?
I wasn't sure between the two with the 62, 68. I didn't know which one.
Okay.
He had like 52 last year, right? That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Flavian had 48. Was that what we saw?
Question number 3. Who was the leading jockey at Saratoga for 5 straight meets? And the timing is important from 2001 to 2005.
Man.
JJ? Maybe JJ?
I think that's probably earlier than JJ's prime. How about like Ramon Dominguez or something like that?
I got the multiple choice. I'll hit you guys with the multiple choice.
Okay.
Castellano, Prado, Bailey, Johnny V.
Johnny could be the other one.
Yeah, maybe Johnny.
What is that? He would have been about.
I don't think
30s.
that prolific. Jerry, I think it's prime. I would say Johnny V.
Yeah, Jerry was more big money, I think, than volume. So I would say Johnny or JJ.
You pick.
You guys are on it.
Say Johnny.
Johnny V. Correct.
Yeah, Johnny.
Good call.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Number 4. Which jockey is known for being the all-time leader in Saratoga wins? Is it Angel Cordero, Johnny V, Mike Smith, or Irad Ortiz?
No, I'd say Johnny, right? It's got to be. Just he's got so many years on them.
Yeah, it's got to be Johnny.
It's got to be Johnny.
Final answer, Johnny V?
Yeah.
Final
Correct.
answer.
Nice call.
Beautiful.
Yeah, nice call.
Okay. We have another multiple choice here. Question number 5. Who was the first jockey? This one's a little tougher. First jockey to win 6 races in a single day. Now, I looked it up. It has been done multiple times, but who was the first to do it? Was it
Saratoga?
At Saratoga? Yep.
You're gonna give us the year?
Doesn't say the year. I should. And the year would give it away too. To be fair, Angel Cordero, Pat Day, JJ Castellano, or Jerry Bailey.
Man, that's tough.
That's a tough one.
This is throwing darts. I think Pat Day did it once, but sounds like JJ could be an answer too.
I mean, Cordero is the oldest, so do you think that if he did it, he would be the first?
I have this vague recollection of Pat Day doing it once. I don't know if it was at Saratoga.
Well, I think it was at Churchill Downs.
I know Pratt has done it at Santa Anita, and Irad at Gulfstream a couple times. I don't know. It'd be throwing a dart for me.
Or Jerry? What about Jerry?
He could have gone on a heater. I don't know if I don't think he was a volume rider. I mean, maybe JJ would be the safer play. I don't remember Jerry Bailey riding, every race on the card.
JD Belay?
I think JJ.
JJ? All right, JJ.
Final answer?
Yeah, final answer.
Okay, unfortunately, we're going to drop the second question here. Answer, Jerry Bailey.
Wow.
Yeah,
I told you, Jerry Bailey.
He had a couple years where he was
told you, Jerry.
All right.
Yeah, I didn't, but I agree with Chris. When I think of Bailey, I think of him winning more of the stakes, you know what I mean, and stuff. But
He's on that freaking show. You don't get on that show if you don't win 6 races.
okay, so you can only drop.
You
can drop 2 more. I lied. You can drop 2 more questions, boys. Number 6. In what year did Angel Cordero retire from riding at Saratoga? I'm gonna give you the multiple choice, and I'm gonna let you phone a friend. My dad is on your side for this one. 98. I'm so sorry. 1985, 1992, 1995, and 2000. Dad, you can help them on this one.
Well,
You're on their team.
I could tell.
It wasn't
them one thing right away.
85.
I saw him playing pickleball last year. That's what
Paul.
I saw him going. I said, Angel, you playing pickleball? He said, yeah.
Jerry Bailey lives down the block from Chris, and he got the question wrong. What?
Okay.
It wasn't 85. Wasn't it? I was born in 85, and I remember seeing Angel Cordero.
Good,
So
right.
that's too old. What was the second one?
92.
95 and 2000.
Yes.
2000 seems too late. He's been a jockey agent for a long time.
Yep. That's right.
Yeah.
95, if I were to guess, but it would be throwing a dart again.
Paul, what do you think?
I kind of like that one, 95-ish, or the one before that.
92.
Yeah.
I got 95. Sounds right.
Okay. Final answer, 1995. Unfortunately, we drop 1992. You got 4 questions, but they're getting easier. You got 4 questions left. You got to nail them all.
Don't nail
You can help them out too
them.
if they need it. This
right.
one you guys should get. Which Hall of Fame jockey earned the nickname the King of Saratoga for his dominance in the 1970s and 80s? Bailey, Cordero, Ronnie Turcotte, or Eddie Maple?
Cordero, right?
Right?
Cordero, Angel.
Got it.
On hell.
That's the one. Number 8. Which jockey won the Saratoga riding title 4 times in a row from 2018 to 2021? Irad, Rosario, Jose, or Tyler Gaffleone?
Irad. It's got to be Irad, right?
Ed.
2 for 2. Irad. Number 9. Who rode the filly Rachel Alexandra to victory in the 2009 Woodward Stakes at Stu, you got it?
Got to be Calvin, right? Didn't Calvin ride that horse?
Yep.
Gav Burrell wrote that one.
Yeah.
The boys are on fire. Okay, it's coming down to your last question. Just for the drama, Dad, you can't help them on this one.
Sure.
No multiple choice. This is
How do you
guys are
how do you spell Irad?
State or you're not. Here we go. Which active jockey has the second most total Saratoga wins behind only John Velasquez? And I'll give you the multiple choice. Jose Ortiz, Javier Castellano, Irad Ortiz, or Flavian Pratt?
Oh, it's got to be Irad again.
Or JJ.
Or
JJ won a lot of races, and he's been riding a longer than Irad.
We just answered Irad. We won 3 straight riding titles.
Yeah, but JJ rode he's been riding for 15 more years than him.
Yeah, I don't know. Does that equal wins?
How many wins JJ have last year? Let's go to it. He had 15. Irad had 52.
Yeah, Irad like 52 and 58. I mean,
yeah, but JJ had 50 winners when he was, back in the day.
Heyday. I will tell you this: it's one of those two.
Yeah, of course it's one of those two. Now you pick, Chris. I don't want to be wrong and ruin it for us.
Chris,
I would guess Irad Ortiz.
Irad Ortiz, Chris the clutch man. Let's go. He's got
Excellent.
it.
You guys
He's
got
got it. Okay, so boys, you guys get to decide. I don't care how you want to figure it out amongst yourselves, but you two get to decide where you'd like to be in the draft order, in the 1, the 2, the 3, or the 4.
Dude, you can have your choice, 1 or 2. I'm happy with either.
We're doing a
Where do you
snake
wanna
draft.
We're doing a snake draft.
We're gonna snake. Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll be the 2.
Okay.
You could be
Dewey
the
D
1,
wants to
Chris.
slide into the 2. Chris, you want the 1?
I'll take the 1.
Okay,
I mean,
Chris. Dad, you can have the next pick, whatever you'd like. 3 or 4.
I'm going to go 3 and take that advantage. Oh, yeah.
Okay. PD. Okay, so I will be in the 4 slot. Here's how this is going to work. This is a competition throughout the Saratoga meet. Every time your jockey finishes in the money, 2 points if they come in first, 1 point if they come in second, half a point if they come in third. It'll be from the opening day till the last day of the meet, and there's no switching up of jockeys. So you have to take into consideration the guys that don't get suspended or don't ride all over the place or focus there. However you want to do it, it's up to you. But once you have your small little team / colony, that's your team for the meet. So if you could, when we go through this, let me know why, if there's something naturally that you're feeling like, okay, this is why I'm taking this guy. He's the man, or I love this ride. Fire it away. If not, no problem. Chris, you are on the clock for the first ever fantasy draft.
Okay. Even though I love the way Flavian Pratt is riding, I'm gonna go with the heavy hitter Irad Ortiz here. He has more mounts. He's got a lot of winners. He rides for good trainers. I think he's the perfect hybrid for Saratoga too, between his aggression and his the ability to place horses for the right in the right spot.
Is he the best jockey in the country?
No, I don't think he's the best jockey in the country. I do like the amount of mounts he's going to get, and I like his riding style for Saratoga.
Love it. Okay. Irad's off the board. Dewey D, talk to me.
I'm going to go Flavy Flav. I mean, what's not to like? The guy just keeps getting better and better. I think he's established himself now on the circuit. I think he's going to have a big season. I think you're going to see him on a lot of Chad Brown horses. I think he's going to have is going to be tight between probably Irad and Flavy. And I think last year he got to within a few wins of him near the end there. And I think it'll probably be similar this year, especially if you when you consider Irad probably had I think what I'm seeing here is he had 50 more mounts than Flavy. And the guy was within a few wins of him. So his percentage was higher. And I think he's just probably the best guy in the country right now, just with how hot he is.
PD, I love it.
That's nice. I'm number 3?
Yep.
Well, I'll tell you what. You got 2 guys. You could either go Jose Ortiz or you could go Dylan Davis. Dylan, I think, will have another good year. But I think Jose Ortiz will win the Eclipse Award this year. Right now, he's got about 161 winners. I think he leads the country. And I believe he's going to be here full time, and he will have a huge meet. Jose Ortiz.
Yeah. I mean, so last year, just to recap, Jose Ortiz had, how many wins? He had 26 to Irad's 52. I felt like he didn't have the volume of mounts as he had in years past, but I don't know. You feel confident in that pick?
Yeah, because this has been a big changeover. Mm-hmm. He went to Fairgrounds and dominated. He's been in Kentucky. He's dominating. Linda Rice has claimed a whole bunch of horses that he'll ride. Mm-hmm. And I think he runs about 40 winners this year.
Okay. All right. So I have the wraparound pick at 4 and 5. And I figured this first round would be a little bit chalky. I think the next round gets to be a little bit more fun. But I think Dylan Davis is primed for a big year. I'm going to go Dylan Davis. And then just because he had the volume, he had 223 mounts last year. He was in the money. He was in the money 45% of the time. So every other mount, he'd be scoring you points based off this system. Mr. Manny Franco. Ooh. So I'm going back to back. Manny Franco, Dylan Davis, based mostly on their volume of mounts. Not necessarily me thinking they're going to get more wins than the other guys.
Right on, getting points.
Yep. So wrap around back to you here. You got pick number 6.
Go a couple different ways. I think I got to go with the classical Joel Rosario move on this one. I think he's got a couple good years left in him. I think he'll have a good year. Joel Rosario.
Okie doke. I love it. Do talk to me. Who you want here? Pick number 7.
This is easy. I'm going Louis.
Yes,
Love Louis.
Saez.
Love Louis. You get Louis on a speed horse, it's over. This guy's just great. Love him.
He's a magician.
Yeah.
It's a great pick. Chris, finish round number 2 with pick number 8. Who would you like?
Can I ask a question first?
Yeah, of course.
Is Tyler Gaffalione back and riding full time, or is he still out with the ankle?
He's back riding, but he's going to ride part-time at Ellis Park, I read. He's going to ride a few days here and a few days at Ellis. He won't be here full-time.
Got to do your own research, Chris. Well, come on.
Well, I know I saw caption he was riding at Ellis Park. I would have figured that was just a tune-up for Saratoga, but
no, I read the article yesterday.
Maybe he lost some of his mounts.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I'm still gonna take a shot. It's a long meet. I think he gets back into it. I'm gonna go with Tyler Gaffalione, even if he's not full time. He has the ability to string a lot of winners together, and I will follow that up with the man of the month, Robbie Alvarado.
Junior
Alvarado.
Junior Alvarado. Sorry.
Robbie Alvarado. Like, holy shit! Robbie Alvarado. It's the one that screwed too. Remember, Joe?
That guy killed me.
He lost you a few grand.
It's like Tyrone Carter.
Great.
That's great. So Junior Alvarado last year, Chris, 139 mounts, 22 wins, 22 seconds, 12 thirds.
He's now jockey. He's the now jockey.
And also you got to think too, he's going to give you almost a guaranteed 2 winners with Sovereignty this meet. So that's a solid pick. Now I have to ask you this, Du. Why do you think that you maybe, if you were in that next slot or you were flipped with Chris, would you have taken Junior, or would you let, basically your past and your poor history with him as a rider on your horses influence your decision?
I probably would have gone Junior just because he's hot right now. But Junior, every time I bet him, it doesn't work out. And every time I don't bet him, like you called out to everybody a few weeks ago, the guy's like a genius. So it's just, we haven't lined up, Junior and I, with the timing. And but the guy's hot right now. It's hard to deny. Like you said, he's probably going to win on Sovereignty at least once this summer, maybe twice. So it's a good pick. And, let's put it this way. You're not picking Ricardo Santana, Josh.
He had 19 winners last year. There's no
I want to pick him just to spite you.
All right, D, you're up with pick 11.
I got to go Ricardo, right? Ricardo had 19 winners.
Man. Okie doke. That's pick number 11. We don't have to get too crazy with it, but I have a similar love-hate relationship with Ricardo when he rides my horses. Maybe it's just like with you and Junior, the stars just haven't aligned, but he's just so frustrating, and he rides so many Steve Asmussen horses that look like 10 out of 10 diamonds, and then they just don't win. It just pisses me right off.
Yeah, but he doesn't use them regularly anymore. He only uses them sparingly.
Sporadically. Yeah. Okay, that's fair. We live and we learn.
Yeah.
You're up, Dad. Who you like?
Whoa. Well, let's see. I could go with my pal Kendrick Carmouche because he's going to have a good season. He's going to get in the money a lot. I think we're going to shoot for at least 17, 18 wins this year. I think I'm going to go with the Mooch Man.
God damn it.
You wanted it?
Yeah, I did.
I got to go.
So let me ask you this. Who do you think has more wins by the time the season ends? Kendrick Carmouche or Ricardo Santana?
I think it's going to be a tie going into the last race. And I think Eric Cancel will win the last race. He always wins the last race of the meet.
Chris, back me up on this here. Tell the people that Carmouche is going to win more races than Santana this year.
Carmouche will win more races than.
Thank you. Yeah, come on, man. God,
remember he said that at the end.
Yeah. We'll have a Santana in the show parlay going in the 6th leg.
Yeah. Wait till Ricardo wins for your horse. You'll be saying he's the greatest guy in the world.
It's true.
I'll take it.
Let's go. Okay, so goes to me here back on the wrap. This will be my third and my fourth pick. Oh man, this is where things get interesting because I like the volume of mounts somebody like JJ Castellano gets.
Yeah.
I think I'm fading Johnny V because I think he's just getting on less and less horses. Last year, Lescano has 119 mounts. Shit.
How many winners did Lescano have last year?
Lescano only had 12. He had 12, 15, 17.
Wow.
But goodness. Ramon Vasquez also decent in this spot. Oh man, I'm gonna go JJ Castellano, and then on the wrap back around. Yeah, we'll do it. We'll go Lescano. So we'll go JJ Castellano for me at 12, and at 13 we'll go Jose Lescano.
That's a good combination.
And then Dad, it goes back to you.
Oh my gosh, who's left?
I do have a list here if you want to take a peek.
Cheese and crackers.
Have
Oh, Johnny V's still alive?
Johnny V's still there.
And then Franco. I don't think that Tori's going to take that many mounts, but I wouldn't mind having him. You should get a little bonus for having a foreign jockey, though. You know what?
Yep.
I'll take Johnny V.
Okie doke.
He rides a high percentage in the money when he rides horses.
Johnny V's off the board. Dewey D, talk to me. Who you like?
I'll go Ramon Vasquez. I feel like he got a decent amount of mounts last year and was pretty reasonable.
Who do you think he rode for the most last year? If you can picture him riding for a trainer, can you?
David Jacobson, maybe.
Yeah,
somebody like
yeah,
that.
Jacobson, and who's Rudy? Did he ride for Rudy Rodriguez at all?
A little bit, maybe.
Maybe a little bit.
It's a good pick nonetheless.
More none.
Yeah.
Foreign jockey. I got Flavia Pratt. The guy just doesn't speak English. The guy.
All right, so this is where things get good. Chris, you are finishing your team out right here with pick number 16 and 17 in the draft. And we're kind of flirting with guys that are going to have around 10 wins.
I thought
Who do you like?
I don't have the sheet in front of me because my computer's off, but we get one or two more picks.
You have two more total.
Okay.
I can give you some names if you'd like.
Give me some names. I kind of know who's at that level, but
yeah, I'll give you some names. So I'll give you like the next 10 guys, and you see who you like. We got Louis Rivera.
I know who I'm taking with my last slot. So give me the list.
Louis Rivera. We have Dettori, Florent Giroux, Julian Lepereau, Romero Ramsey, Katie Davis, Lane Luzzy, Sean Bridgemahan, Eric Cancel.
You know what? I am going to go with the New York rider Silvera.
Ruben Silvera.
Love it.
And then I'm going to follow up, and I'm going to go with Katie Davis.
Oh my God, I got sniped again.
Katie.
Great pick.
That's double point. I have the only.
All right, Chris has got his 5.
Chris does. He has his 5.
Did you read his 5?
Yes. I don't know that Silvera was on this list, but that
say Rivera or Silvera?
Silvera. He's been riding in New York all winter, and he's good on speed.
Okay.
You want Silvera, Chris?
Yeah. He could. Yeah. We'll let Du finish the picks, and then I'll give you everybody's team. Dewey D, who you finishing your team with?
Let's see. This is tricky now. Guess should I take Lane Luzzy just to make Josh upset?
That's who I'm taking at the very last if you leave him.
I'll take I wonder do you think Florent Giroux will get a little more rides there, Paul? This summer?
He might get 20 mounts. Rides for Brad Cox when there's 2 horses in the race.
Even Cancel. I feel like Cancel was on a better trajectory a couple years ago, and I'm surprised to see him so far down on this list.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Yeah, or Jose Gomez. Jose Gomez is good too. He got a lot of mounts.
Yeah.
I guess I'll go Luis Rivera.
Okay. Yeah, Luis Rivera.
Dewey D. Luis Rivera finishes his team off. Dad, your final pick.
Let's say Dettori.
Dettori's there. You want him?
Dettori.
Finishes the team with Lanfranco Dettori, and I'll finish my squad with Lane Luzzy.
Right.
Did he have a weekend? Wasn't he 0 for his last 60?
Yeah, Lane Luzzy had 76 mounts last year, which is actually a pretty solid number for people on the bottom of this list.
Yeah, it is.
And he ran better, I think, this year in the circuit. And I expect him to maybe be in the money a little bit here in a couple wins. But I feel it makes sense. All right, so we'll go through. I'll give you everybody's team. Chris's team: Irad Ortiz, Junior Alvarado, a stab with Tyler Gaffleone. Could turn out to be a really good pick, especially if he rides a lot. It could be like one of them swing picks. Ruben Silvera and Katie Davis. That's Chris's team. Dewey D, your team.
Solid third place.
Dewey D's team: Flavian Pratt, Luis Saez, Ricardo Santana, Ramon Vasquez, Luis Rivera, and that's it. That's 5, right? Yeah, that's Dewey D's team.
His top 3 will be really great. The last 2 very low.
Paul, go collect, Paul. Go collect.
Oh, that's great. Dad, your team consists of Jose Ortiz, Joel Rosario, Johnny V, Lanfranco Dettori.
Whoa, what a crew.
And who was your last pick?
Carmouche.
And Carmouche. Your team, we could just call the has-beens.
Paul, how do you rectify the fact that on the No Way Jose segment, you're rooting for Jose to lose? What are you going to be doing?
That wasn't my idea.
The guy won the first 4 races the other day.
That's great. You're going to be rooting for him now.
He's going to win a lot of races. He's going to win on nitrogen, and he's got Mark Cass mounts. He's
going to be conflicted.
Going to be very good. I don't think
like
he's
Jose
this year. I think he's just staying too. Right.
I think it could be a breakout year for Jose at Saratoga.
It could.
Eclipse Award.
Final for my team: Dylan Davis, Manny Franco, JJ Castellano, Jose Lescano, and Lane Luzzy.
Josh, best you come in is 4th.
Oh yeah, right. My team has a lot of mounts. I think it.
You're MC though. Gotta say that.
My team gets a lot of mounts. That's great. So what we'll do is each week I'll send over a spreadsheet here with like the wins, seconds, and thirds, and we'll keep an updated tally of the points and everything. It'll be fun.
Of course. Kidding me?
So go ahead.
Open next week, right? Opening days next week.
Thursday.
Right.
Opening week Thursday.
What is your guys' response to the Schuylerville not being on opening day this year? Schuylerville is like tomorrow or Friday.
Friday, I believe.
Yeah. What do you
Paul
think?
and I were chatting about this. Paul had an interesting theory that maybe they were trying to spread those races further apart, the 2-year-old races, so that you could run in multiple of the 2-year-old events by putting them another week or 2 apart. It gives you the ability to maybe run in multiple versions of the 2-year-old sort of stakes races.
The only thing that makes sense to me. You guys think anything else that makes sense?
What do you think, Chris?
Chris, anything makes sense to move that a week ahead?
Salty after they took those turf races off.
Yeah, really.
They ruined that card.
They did. Nitrogen, though, still good.
Nitrogen's very good. Maybe switch to
might
dirt.
be the start of meat.
Turf dirt.
Oh, man, that's a good horse. That's going to be a great horse.
And so with you guys on this episode of the podcast, we don't have to go too deep into it, but could you guys each give me a condensed version of your origin story and what ultimately like drew you into enjoying the game? Dewey D, start us off.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably similar to your story, Josh. I mean, we were babies going into the track with Paul and my father Lou and our uncles and cousins, and we just got addicted to it, kind of like from a very early age. I can remember being a kid, like you gave us the quiz. Paul used to take the Saratoga calendar, and he used to give us a written exam when we were kids on the races. You know, with this race is 5 furlongs in the turf for 4-year-olds. The purse is 150,000, and it was like, you know, I don't think we were really given a choice, to be honest with you, to love the game, but we got hooked right away, and it just was same story as you. Just we're just kind of bred into us. We just our uncles and our cousins all love the game, and really what makes it special is kind of just being there. We go to Saratoga, all the people on this call, and another 10 cousins are there with us, and you're at the paddock talking like this, and picking horses. It's like it doesn't get any better than that. So
how about those days when we all win too?
yeah, I mean, usually those are rare because usually you'll see on the show that there's a lot of different opinions. Everybody's got a different strategy.
Yeah, that's true.
Josh gives me sovereignty, and I told him no way. It's like the guy gave me the correct information, and I denied it. So that happens sometimes.
I do.
But,
how about that day during COVID when you guys set up the line with the TV down at the campsite? Remember we killed them? Everybody won that day. Remember?
Yeah. No, we ran an extension cord to the bathroom.
COVID year, right?
COVID year.
COVID year.
We're
in the campground. Yeah.
Screaming.
No,
everybody won that day.
That was a good day. Yeah. We had to pick 5 at the end of the day.
That day, I think I had to go to work with a gas mask.
Oh,
God.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I don't think
So
everyone-
my cousin Chris is an ER doc, so he sees the good, the bad, and a lot of ugly. But Chris, talk to me because it's interesting because your dad, or Uncle Ken, likes the track, but doesn't necessarily feel like he loves the track. So you don't necessarily have like, oh, well, my dad was there all the time. Like, what drew you to it?
All right, so I'm a little bit older than you guys, so I definitely could not get into the track when I was a kid. So my earliest track memories was standing outside the fence at Gulfstream trying to find a hole that I could in to make a couple bets. So down the street in Howndale, everybody would be inside. My parents would literally leave me outside the fence, and I would just wait there.
That's great. That's great. But so any Dad, what do you think? Any closing thoughts here as we wrap up the draft pod?
You know what? There's a lot of money to be made. Let's put it that way. You know what? A lot of good racing coming up, and we'll be part of it.
Definitely. Well, boys, I appreciate you guys coming on. We'll keep you updated. We'd love to have you guys back as we recap more things. You're always welcome because we're just having fun with it. So I appreciate you taking the time, and we'll let the good times roll. Good luck.
Yeah.
Just tell everybody when I win, Josh. That's all I really care about.
I'll keep you posted. All right, guys.
All right.
Talk to you guys soon.
See you, boys.
Soon.